Hello everyone, Vienna Congress, Part 5 of Chapter 2, Nationalism in Europe. Vienna Congress. We discussed in the previous lecture that four powers, Britain, Prussia, Russia, Austria, they combinedly defeated Napoleon in the Battle of Waterloo, and after that a new concept of conservatism was set up, and that was new conservatism. And conservative regimes, they were very happy after the defeat of Napoleon, and they decided to have a peace settlement. Actually, it was named as peace settlement, but just now you will see that it was actually not a peace settlement, and it was actually to bring back the old order with some changes. Vienna is in Austria, and the host of this conference, or you can say Vienna Congress, the host was Duke Metternich, the Chancellor of Austria, a very strong conservative of that time. So he was the host, and the representatives, the delegates from Britain, Prussia, Russia and Austria itself. In Austria it was held. They met in Vienna. Vienna is a place in Austria, and they decided to undo the changes brought by Napoleon during the Napoleonic Wars and after the French Revolution. Whatever reforms, whatever changes in administration that were brought by Napoleon, that were to be undo, that they wanted to undo it, and they also wanted that France should be surrounded in such a way that even in future, if any such monarch like Napoleon comes to the power, he would not exceed France further. As we know that Napoleon did with a huge army, he was able to bring the neighboring areas, many areas under French control. So this was named as peace settlement, held at Vienna. Metternich was the host, and now you can note down the points. The first point you can note down that a number of measures were adopted to surround France in such a way that in future also France may not exceed itself. However, Bourbon dynasty, which was overthrown by the French revolutionaries, was again put to throne, and all the symbols and all those signs that reminded the French Revolution, that reminded the rule of Napoleon, that was abolished. And all the changes brought by Napoleon were also abolished. So the main intention of the Vienna Congress was to undo the changes brought by Napoleon in France and to set up a new conservative order. So Bourbon dynasty was again put to throne. Second point, a number of states were created on the borders of France so as to check the French expansion in future. See NCERT page number 10, 11 and 12. You will get all these points which I am telling you. So a number of states were created on the borders of France. For example, in the Piedmont of South, Geneva was set up. In the Piedmont of southern part, south of France, Geneva was set up. And in the north, the Kingdom of Belgium and Netherlands, they were put, the Kingdom of Netherlands and Belgium, two small countries, they were put together to check the French expansion from north. Third point, all these warring countries who had defeated Napoleon combinedly in the battle, they distributed the different parts adjoining France so as to check its expansion in future. Russia was given, next point you can make it, Russia was given Poland, the part Poland where France could reach to the other parts. So Poland was given to Russia, and Prussia got important territories on its western frontiers, so that from the western part also France would not exceed itself. So Prussia was given important territories on its western frontiers. However, Austria was given the part of northern Italy. It was northern Italy. It was under Austrian Habsburgs. So Austria was given the part of northern Italy. Next point. However, the Confederation of 39 states in Germany that was set up by Napoleon was untouched. because Prussia was there with them. Prussia is one of the part of this conference, so they were untouched. And after this Vienna Congress, conservative regimes became very, very strict, and they further declared that conservative regimes will not tolerate any criticism. They introduced strict censorship laws in their respective regimes, stricter censorship laws that said that nothing will be written in favor of Napoleon. Censorship means nothing will be written in favor of the French Revolution. Whatever written, if it is encouraging people for revolution like French Revolution, that would be censored. It was further declared that the conservative kings will not tolerate anything. All the revolutionary activities were banned strictly, and nobody, it was declared that nobody will question the legitimacy of the monarch. Nobody can ask what monarch is doing, what process monarch is adopting to make policies. Nobody will question the legitimacy of the monarch. And even from the plays, from the songs, from the textbook of the children, if anything was written in favor of Napoleon, or if anything was written in favor to highlighting the French Revolution or revolutionaries or the ideals of the French Revolution, they all were outset. They all were turned off, and everything will be in favor of conservatism. This was strictly introduced. However, the memories of the French Revolution were alive in the minds of the revolutionaries, and the memories of the French Revolution, they continue to inspire the revolutionaries. The main issue that was taken up by the revolutionaries after the Vienna Congress, that was the freedom of press, because freedom of press is a pillar. It is the main base for democratic countries, and a fundamental right to write against the king, to criticize the government, to criticize the wrong policies of the government. This is a weapon to control the kings, and this was not there. So this was the issue taken up by the revolutionaries at that time, and particularly the freedom of press, because we have discussed in the previous lectures that the revolutions, they were organized by the educated middle classes, and their main weapon to popularize the revolutionary ideas and to organize the revolutionaries was freedom of press. Through pamphlets, through documents, they used to organize the people. So this was the matter to think for them, the issue of press. The right of press, the right to press was taken away, and it was clearly said that nobody will criticize the monarchs. So the further topic will be secret societies, because revolutionaries, they decided to go underground and prepare themselves and prepare the young revolutionaries for further revolution, not openly but secretly. And the next topic is secret societies. I will tell you what is the meaning of secret societies. Actually, secret societies means that revolutionaries will prepare themselves. They will prepare young revolutionaries for further revolution, but secretly, not openly, because just now we have discussed that conservative regimes declared that we will tolerate no dissent, no criticism. So it is better to remain in secrecy. It is better to hide themselves and prepare for further revolutions. So secret societies came up. These were the societies that were formed by the revolutionaries, and we will talk of one such revolutionary, that was Mazzini, Giuseppe Mazzini, in Geneva. He belonged to Geneva, but he had sympathy with the Italians. He was born in Geneva, and then when he was young, he joined a secret society at Carbonari. However, in Liguria there was a revolution, and Mazzini was exiled from Geneva, and subsequently he came to Italy. And in Italy he formed two secret societies, Young Italy in Marseilles and Young Europe in Bernay. And he told people about the revolutionary ideas, and one of the quotation that you must learn, that God has intended every nation to be the natural unit of mankind, so Italy cannot remain scattered. And in the further lectures we will discuss that how Mazzini played a very important role in unifying Italy. People followed Mazzini. Such secret societies were formed in different parts of the European continent by the like-minded people, and Metternich, Duke Metternich, called Mazzini as the most dangerous enemy of their existing social order. That is all for today. Prepare your notes up to page number 11 of your NCERT. We will meet again with some new points for you, a new lecture for you. Till then, it is a very goodbye from me.